Hey guys, it's Jessica from Audacity, and I am here with Cruzer Urameshi. Welcome back.
Woo! I'm glad to be back, Jessica, for real. Like, and yo, you've been going crazy on the social media, man. So I want to give a salute to you and the whole Audacity Magazine. Like, y'all
Thank you.
been going up, and it's been inspiring, man. So I love to see the progression. We did a lot in under a year, so
Thank you. I say the reverse. So Cruzer was here last year, y'all. If you guys haven't been following us, he is a fucking badass. And I actually take inspiration from you because I remember I asked you like, so like what drives you and everything. You're like, I just got work ethic like that. Like we're both from the same town, both from Columbus, Georgia, and it's a very hard town to get out of, no matter what kind of opportunities you have. It's a very hard town to get out of. And so I was just reignited by some of the things that you said because I consider myself a hard worker as well. But sometimes once you get like a little bit comfortable, you can get a little bit complacent or a little bit sometimes get yourself anxious and kind of freeze and
yeah.
everything. And I was in a place where I was kind of feeling a little bit more frozen than usual. So you reignited me and inspired me.
Hell yeah. I'm glad to hear that, man. We from
Yeah.
Columbus, man. We got to keep it going, man, because the only person we got from the city is Dallas Austin.
Dang, that's true. Oh
Yeah, that's
no,
the
no, no, no.
only
We have
person.
Ma Rainey, the legend. We got Ma Rainey from Columbus, Georgia as well.
Okay,
Yeah,
okay.
Ma
But
Rainey.
that's
Yeah,
older generation,
legendary.
though.
Before that, but
We,
yeah.
we
Um,
don't got no younger elk under there, you know what I'm saying? So
uh,
we gotta establish that. So we're gonna be the pioneers of it.
we're next. Yeah.
We ain't next, we now.
We now. Oh, I love that.
We
I love
now.
that. We
We
already
now.
there. We're
Ain't no
already legends.
next. We
I
now.
love it.
Right.
I love it.
Exactly.
We're gonna manifest that. So look, happy Black History Month, you guys. This is part of Audacity's Black Parade. All black content, all black businesses, all black creators, all black writers, all month long. And Cruiser is our third stop on the Black Parade of February 2025. But catch us up because you were with us last year, and I'm sure our audience is super eager to know like what you've been doing.
I've been doing a lot. I just released my instrumental album, Adult Swim. That's been going crazy. It's at 71,000 streams already. It's only been out for a month.
Congratulations.
Thank you, thank you. I just got a new place all off my music, and they covered the deposit, security stuff, and the first 3 months of the rent as well, all covered from music. So
Nice.
there's that. Uh, I learned how to make my own AMVs, anime music videos, and recently, as of last week, I got recognized as a creator from Epic Games as an influencer. So I got a creator code for when people play games like Fortnite, Rocket League, Fallout Guys, or anything on this Epic Games store. I get a percentages of that when people use my code. So they recognize me as an influencer. Amazon did the same thing as well. Amazon themselves sent me an email last year, a little bit right after our interview, oddly enough, from last year. They sent me an invitation to join their influencer program. So I've
That's
been
so
getting
cool.
so I've been getting recognized by like brands as a musician, and my YouTube channel is almost at 2,000 subscribers. I learned how to do also um, make AMVs, and I've also been focused on like content creation. And a lot of people uh, rock with the tunes, and I've just been really just working with so many um, new up and coming people, and I've been back into making all types of music, where it's synthwave, um, lo-fi, ambient music. I'm getting into drum and bass a little bit. I ain't there yet, but I got at least a song out. So I've been doing that, and I've last year I've charted in 4 different genres, 19 songs in multiple countries. So a lot.
You better run that resume, Cruiser. You better tell us.
Oh, I have
Look,
to
he said
just
I've
a
been going
little bit.
crazy. He been going crazy. Now, how do you get recognized as an Amazon influencer? Because you said you were invited, but how do you even get on people's radar for things like that?
Honestly, I know one of my songs on TikTok caught fire, and it did like 35 million TikTok views. Even though the song is down, it still did enough to where Amazon just randomly reached out to me. I'm not gonna lie, I thought it was fake. I was like, shit, this is a fucking scam. I done sent them my information. And I had a call, like, and I don't really make calls a whole lot to people, but I'm
Yeah.
calling like 12 people in the same day. Everybody's like, I don't know what this is, bro. It's cool. And one of the homies, he looked into it. He was like, "Bro, this is legit. Like, supposed to be making bags off of this motherfucker." So the Amazon influencer program. So when you buy on Amazon, there's a store wish list, but there's
Mm-hmm.
like your own storefront on Amazon. So on
Right.
my own storefront on Amazon, I could pick any item on Amazon and just add it there to my storefront, and I get a
A
discount on
commission.
it,
Yeah.
commission, and even at one point, during the football season, Amazon was sending out codes to where people want to watch the Thursday night football game on Amazon, and I would just send people the code, and I was getting paid off of that.
Nice.
So it's,
So you
but
just
how to get
put you
recognized?
just kept making your content and put yourself in the position of receiving, and it came to
Hmm.
you.
Basically, and I think like I didn't reach out to nobody. That's what makes it strange. I think they just keep seeing like my name kept popping up, and I just focus on like building up my SEO and just keep putting myself out there and let people like when they searching for you, like if you got a good message that's true to yourself and people recognize that, like one thing I learned about these big corporations and companies, like especially being black too, like a lot of these companies aren't cool. So when they see that someone is about to be cool, especially of that culture, and I'm not, I don't have no manager, they want
Right.
to capitalize and they're looking at it from a business standpoint, like, hey, we did this even though I got XYZ on my own leverage. So now just I'm building up leverage for myself and to the company. It's helping keeping them cool
Right.
because a lot of companies going through bullshit, especially being black. Like among a lot of us, we have to be cool. Like in the sense of we know who we are, but when you know who you are as a black person, whether especially as a black woman, you can relate this. Like you have a lot more shit going for you. You have to work twice as hard just to get the same opportunity with no benefit to put yourself
Right.
ahead. So
Sometimes just get half.
just a shit, you might get a fourth. If you're, in reality, we
Ugh.
getting a fourth. So if you get a half, right, type
Here.
shit. Here, like here, motherfucker, type shit. You know what I'm saying? So and we run with it and we still empower other cultures and shit like that
Yeah.
that want to be black. So like when companies start seeing you making moves and shit like that, they will find you and they'll jump on it pretty quick because you gotta be diligent too. But when they see that like
Hmm.
you making moves on your own, like they'll abide by what you're doing. They'll rock with you, especially you ain't
Yeah.
going against guidelines. So and that's kind of I think that's how I got the Amazon shit, truth be told, just from putting myself out there and just
Yeah.
keeping pushing because like you never know who's watching.
That's big facts. That is big facts. So y'all, listen, like that piece of content you scared to release could be the thing that makes you blow up. You won't know unless you post the content.
1,000. Like that's how the Synthwave song popped off.
Hmm.
Like I put it out, I made it the beat. I was bullshitting around because somebody told me you can't make a beat using FL Studio stock sound drums and just doing everything stock. So the way FL Studio is when you're pulling up on the beat is like kick, hi-hat, snare, clap. I did all
Yeah.
the basic sounds from that, and I just used a stock plugin. And everybody was like, "Bro, you can't make this." And then the song started popping off in 2022. I didn't know this shit until like basically start into 2023. And everybody was like, "Damn, you got one." And I don't know, for whatever reason, I just kept getting random TikTok checks. And I didn't look into the shit at all. So I was like, fuck it. It's cool.
So like with everything that's been going on, I have this brings about two questions for me. So I'll give you the one that I anticipate a short answer for and the one I anticipate a long answer for in second. So with TikTok going through all this back and forth in the US and everything, um, how I guess how are you combating that to make sure that you don't lose a portion of your audience or your reach with TikTok continuing to be in jeopardy and in negotiation right now with the US?
So funny story. I'm locked out of TikTok.
No!
I've been locked out of TikTok since June.
What?
Yeah.
Wait, but
And
why?
I don't know. I tried to log in. I just couldn't log in. I didn't do nothing wrong. So
No, of
to
course
answer,
not. Well, we know you didn't.
yeah. So like to answer your question though, even though like my song was on TikTok, like I think I benefited from like a lot of people focus on one thing at a time, whether me, I just built focus on just building up my brand at once.
Hmm.
That way, everything else, like with the shit going on with TikTok. Yeah, like, people say don't put all your eggs in one basket.
Yep.
I'm the opposite. Me, I was like, fuck it. Just have a big ass basket.
Yeah. I
And
would say
like
have multiple or have bigger. Yeah.
right. I have a big ass basket with multiple eggs, and if an egg goes bad, I can toss it out. So
Yeah.
with me, the name brand name Cruzer Urameshi with the shit going on with TikTok, my YouTube presence is good, Instagram good, Facebook good, Threads good, in
Hmm.
person, real life good. Like I lived in multiple states, and my name carries weight inside countries. So like every day, I get at least like on a bad day, I'm getting at least 5 Shazams per day. I'm cool. Like I'm not worried about. Yeah, it sucks. TikTok is a dope platform for creators, and like I never, and I'll say this, like not to slight nobody. I never gave 100% effort into TikTok like I could have.
Same.
Like right, but like with
Same.
me, I just never. It ain't that I didn't want to. I was just like I'm doing way too much as is, and like for me, it's working. So a lot of people focus on so much on just one social media platform. But to answer your question, it's just like I just people know where to find me at, and I do a good job of having all my main links together and keeping my main link updated. So when people
Hmm.
want to come across me, it's like, okay, like we see what you've been doing. And then it's like most countries already don't have TikTok. And I used to, funny enough, I used to actually work at TikTok.
Oh, that is funny. I did not know that.
Yeah. A lot of I keep that on the hush hush. But like when I used to work at TikTok,
Okay.
I saw the writing on the wall then. So I was just like, yeah, this shit ain't gonna be around that much longer. So what I just did was smart was like make sure all my active links is there
Hmm.
and just repurpose the content from TikTok. Like it's
Hmm.
cool. Like yeah, some people like TikTok specifically, but like YouTube is around forever. YouTube been around. YouTube's
Yeah.
not going nowhere. And YouTube, when you install it on some TVs or phones, it's already installed day one. So might as well just focus on that. What YouTube is essentially, in my opinion, if you don't want to create a website, just fuck with YouTube.
That's a good idea, actually. That's a good point. I hadn't considered that, but I guess but I also don't make music, so
It don't, YouTube is for
yeah,
anybody though.
yeah,
Like you
and
can make
yeah, I
it.
see what you mean, like in a general sense, yeah. But like just from like a musical perspective, I was like, oh, that's true.
Yeah, it's
Does
like,
SoundCloud still
yeah,
exist? Is that still a thing?
yeah, SoundCloud's still around. Yeah,
Okay,
people love
cool. I
SoundCloud.
still have the app
SoundCloud
on
been
my phone, but I haven't opened it in like a year.
shit. SoundCloud's still around. Like that's what I tell a lot of musicians. I say like, if you don't do a website, you should get a community. Yeah, just build up YouTube, get a community tab, just give
Yeah.
updates there, and that way you can just do what you want to do. And granted,
Mhm.
the way I'm doing my YouTube channel, like, because I'm running 2 YouTube channels at the moment. I've been focused on more so gaming as well too.
All right.
So now it's like with my focus on YouTube, I'm just doing music videos for like my AMVs for all the projects off of Adult Swim. So
Yeah.
that's what I'm doing for like 2025 for like my main YouTube channel. It's like, do I want to do shorts? I can, but I'm not going to focus as heavy on shorts with my music, with my YouTube channel, because I'm just focused on the AMVs and shit. I could
Yeah.
do it, but I don't want to do all that shit again. Like I'll pay somebody to do it, but I'm not doing that myself.
Yeah. Get you a virtual assistant or something like that.
Right.
Well, that leads me to my longer question. So you're working with a lot of these like influencer companies and everything now, for lack of a better term. Now, as Black creatives, we're already seeing how a lot of these companies are like turning off their DEI programs, or putting money in the pockets of some folks who we really don't particularly care for.
Right.
So, but at the end of the day, we still need to make our money. We still need to make our money. So it's a twofold question. One, how do you reconcile that so that we can continue getting our money? How do you reconcile that for yourself? And then two, what is your advice for other creators who are facing that same conundrum right now?
Ooh, I love these questions. I would say if a company's reaching out to you, look up the influencer diversity pool. Just look up not necessarily the top 10 earners, but look at who's on the board in general.
Yeah,
If they don't resonate with you nor look like you can kind of figure that shit out.
yeah,
So that alone makes a lot of sense to the purpose of their with like when it comes to these companies and influencers, like these companies, they like to try to nickel and give you some pennies. And it's like once you understand social media money, you kind of like, hey, bro, I'm not going for this shit.
Yeah.
So understand that your business and what you want to do, um, and that and with the companies, all of them, especially right now, I would have like watch out for with all this stuff with the DEI stuff going on. A lot of companies are going to expose themselves and
Yeah.
don't realize it. So you kind of might want to just fall back and see who does what from a meaningful standpoint. Two, I will look at another who's at the position of power, like
Hmm.
who's running the shots, like what's the diversity pool in that aspect looking like too, because that says a lot about a company. Like when I look at a company hit me up, I ain't gonna say the name. Well, I ain't gonna say it's not really a name, but like they just threw me some bullshit opportunities for like making AI, like make melodies for AI and shit like that, and I wasn't feeling it. And then I looked up to who was all part of the pool. There was a bunch of pales, pale people. So, um, and they didn't resonate with what I stood for, culture. So I was like, I'm good. They understood where I was coming from.
I mean, damn them if they don't understand. Like,
Right.
this is 2025. This is not hard. This is so weird to say. This is 2025. This is not a hard concept to wrap your head around these days, you know? Like, either you got a diverse pool of people in power or you do not. And either you see
Right.
it as a problem or you do not. And if it's a bunch of white men at the top and a bunch of black people working for them and making them rich,
Right. Jim
I
Crow.
have questions. I work in finance now. So like I have
Right.
questions, you know?
Right.
And I'm very much against like the whole like I know code switching is a means for survival and everything, but I'm also of the opinion that like there are certain things we just don't need a code switch for anymore, you know? Like
Yeah, I stopped
if
code
I
switching.
yeah, like if I don't like that there's not enough black people here, I'm gonna tell you it's not enough black people here. Goodbye.
Right.
I'm gonna tell
Exactly.
you.
Exactly. But I'll give influencers this though too. This is an influencer tip, not necessarily just for the, well, I guess for the companies too.
Yeah, why not?
Um, whatever you, if you're struggling out with pricing and shit like that, calculate your bills. Line up all your bills and shit like that, and then multiply it by 1.5.
Yeah.
Now, the reason why 1.5 is that it could give you a little bit of extra cushion to have just in case for a rainy day.
Mm.
So that's something you can make of. For instance, if you have a phone bill that's $120 a month, times that service for like 185, 200. That way, a bill covered you. Make sure
Yeah.
that you do every service that can cover something and it gets you something to eat. So I would say go off of that. Another thing is too, if you have a long road of experience over 3 to 5 years, or even just 2 good years of consistency of like, hey, this is Google and like I got things documented. Charge more so what the service, how much they're going to go by the duration of the skill. If they want like you to do something that's going to take 4 hours, then charge a full day and a half of work. If they want something that's going to be a week long out, charge a month work, a month full of
Yeah.
work.
Because you're not
So
paying for the
that
time, you're paying for the skill.
you paying for the skill, you paying for the experience, you paying for the expertise. If they
Hmm.
don't like it, they can kiss ass.
Then go find somebody cheaper and lower quality if that's how
Right.
they want to be.
Exactly. Exactly. And end of the day, once you got them hitting up, once you have leverage from companies and stuff like that, you good. Like, 'cause ain't nothing no one can tell you now. It's
Right.
like, it's one thing to get like the popular person in your city hit you up, but once companies hit you up, it's a different conversation now. Like, I know y'all got money.
Yeah, individuals one thing. If it's a company, make them pay. Make them
Right,
pay.
make them pay. unless it's like something you really want to do. Like even
And even
then, like
then, like,
they gonna donate. It's like they gonna donate. Here's $10,000. Here you go. Or there's a trick too that a lot of producers will have said, like, and I haven't experienced this yet. Like so a lot of these companies, I haven't experienced from like a music company. That's what I'm saying. I haven't experienced it yet. But like a lot of these big companies, they have budgets
yeah,
and you can't like they have a budget floor that they must spend. So like companies they want to spend like 200,000, like let's just say Monster as an example. But if Monster has like, hey, we have to spend like $250,000. We need an
yeah,
influencer. We need to spend $45,000 on this one set influencer per. So you're going to get that off the rip.
right,
So as, you know, I'm not saying that Monster does that, but that's an idea. So
right,
like think about that, like what their budgeting is, because like these motherfuckers are on billboards and like planes, fucking digital ads. Like they're not, and they're running across multiple servers globally.
right.
So they're spending at least like ad spend. You know, we could spend like $30 on the ad spend and could get like a potential like 50, like 12,000 to
Right.
like, minimum. So they're spending $50,000 in just to run one day. How many people they're touching? Right. Makes you think. You start looking at it like that, you like, hey man, all right, bet. Now I can charge it. Like you guys, I just learned how I just figured out the codes, man. So it's like you
Yeah.
figure that shit out. It's like okay, like I'm not stupid, but I'm not the smartest either. But I know
But you know
you
this.
did this,
Yeah.
right? So I know you can at least pay again 1.5. You can pay me
Right.
what you did for this. I'm happy. You're gonna get quality work and you trust it.
And that's on
So
period.
right.
All right, we're down to our last question. You ready?
Yes, ma'am.
So, even with all these building blocks and these mental gymnastics that you got to do to make sure that your money is right, how do
Mhm.
you continue to pursue joy in your craft?
Oh
How
man,
do you
how do I
make it
put
still fun for you?
I just always love making music. If I could get to that point to where I ask myself this question, like, could I do music for free if everything in my life was being could be covered, everything financially, food, all that stuff, everything I
Hmm.
want. I don't have to pay a dollar again. I could just make music. I probably would do it. So it's all about I love it enough to where I can talk about it, and I won't shut up about music. So I just keep it going because end of the day, my hobby turned into my career into a passion, and I was able to do that.
That's a
My
blessing.
itch, right? A lot of people are lazy, and a lot of people don't have had unfair opportunities to where they can't ever get to that. Now that I did that, and it's like I did all the cool shit, and I'm not 30, so it's like all I did was just have I had optimism, learned learned shit, knew when to listen, and just knew when to be adaptable. As long as you have that, and you know the strive and the joy, you always gonna have the joy. You know, just the willingness to want to learn something new. It's what always kept the joy. A willingness to want to collaborate will keep the joy. The thrive of success, knowing that like when people work with me, that always gonna bring joy. So if you keep doing new things and experimenting, you're always gonna find a new joy every time. So that's how I keep it, just being open to experiment rather than being shell minded and closed off and being a dickhead. Right.
I was like, that was such a beautiful response. Well, on that note, listen, it brought me joy to have you here again for a round two. Guys, if you enjoyed this content, let us know in the comments. I will have all of Cruzer's things linked below in the description. And make sure y'all follow, like, share, comment, all the YouTube and Instagram-y, TikTok-y, Facebook-y things. And we will see y'all next time.
Later, y'all.